What's up, Mummer Fanatics? This is Mikey Cap. We're back for Mikey Cap's Fancy Facts Season 2, and today, this episode's going to be about the Avenuers, and we're going to be interviewing Bobby Fitzmaurice. Bobby Fitzmaurice served as captain of the Avenuers for 30 years, longer than anyone Mummer in the Fancy Brigade history. So Bobby, how did you first get into the Avenuers?
I first got in the Avenuers in 1975, and I tried to come in, but they had enough juveniles that year. I couldn't get in the first year in 1975. They did marionettes. So I had to wait to 1976 till another junior member stepped down or left the thing, and I got into it. And we did Hopi and Indians. It was my first year in the Avenuers Fancy Brigade. We were on 1228 South 2nd. But before that, I was in, my dad was in Satin Slipper. He paraded for a couple years with them. I did 3 years with them. And then when I lived on 834 South Front Street, Plural Comic Club was 3 doors down, and I used to go around the neighborhood, and I would go in and out of there and all, and they were like, "You're a pretty energetic kid. You want to go out in a parade?" So they dressed me up in a parade, and I was a turtle, and I was supposed to be with this rabbit, and we were the tourists and the rabbit, and I got left on Broad Street, and that was the end of my year with the comics. And then a friend of my mom's worked at the Walt's Crab House, and he got me in the Avenuers here. He got me a jacket and everything and all, and I've been here ever since.
He replaced Tom Burke as captain in 1989 for their theme Satan's Holiday and retired after 2018 with the whole zoo world. How did you become captain?
Well, I was always on, like coming in and help building the suits and everything and all, and been involved with the back pieces. And Joe Walter was one of the guys that came here all the time to help out, the one that got me in the Avenuers. And when I moved down to McKean Street, Jackie Sturmel at the time was around the corner on Snyder Avenue, and he was a former captain of the Avenuers, and John Borowski was a former Avenuer captain, and he lived on McKean Street when I lived there. So I got rides up here, and I would always, be able to, didn't always, build stuff. I was always, running around upstairs here. This was never like this. So I got involved with the back pieces and everything and all, and that's pretty much how I, just did everything. So, when Tommy Burke decided he was going to step down, he said, I'm done here. So the couple of guys all said to me, "Kid, you ready to make a run for this?" I'm like, "For what?" He said, "Captain." I'm like, "That's a big job, like, I don't know if I can do this." Just want to try it 1 year and see how you like it. 30 years later. But like I said, for out of 30 years, after 10 years, every year I wanted to quit. And I kept coming back because I loved it so much. But, getting to that point, it was tough.
What did it feel like breaking the 30-year milestone, and did you ever think you would during the tenure?
Well, Mike, I never really thought about it as breaking a record. I just loved the parade, and I just did year by year, and, it just, time flew by, and before it, it was, I was getting up to the 20 years and 25 years. And then, in your heart, you want to keep on doing this, but there's a time when, it's time to give it up. And it was one of the hardest things to do, but it was the best thing for me, myself, and I think for the club.
Bobby led the club to its best prizes ever, including 4th prize finishes in 2013 with United Nations Spirit of the Eagle and the 2015 theme Carnival. His highest club prize was for their 2004 theme Arabian Nights, which placed 3rd. He owns the Avenuers' highest captain's prizes with 2nd place finishes in 1993, 2004, and 2013. Any special memories you would like to share?
I guess the greatest memories was spending, the day with my family and all. It's great times we had. I mean, we had good prizes, we had bad prizes, but when everybody was safe and everything went well, I had a lot of good memories. A lot of good themes too. Some themes you like, some themes you hate it, but.
What was your favorite theme to work on?
Favorite theme? I like the Gypsy year. I also like the Indian year. I had a lot of good themes I liked. There's some that I didn't like, but that's what the committee picked, and we had to go with it. But I think Indians was my best year.
In 2008, Bobby became the first ever Avenuers to be inducted into the Fancy Brigade Hall of Fame. What did the honor mean to you?
Mike, it was probably one of the greatest honors ever that you could receive. It's over, to being, I guess, recognized with all the greats from back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even the 2000s. It was just a great thing to have, and it's something I'll never forget in my life. Great honor. And we also had a former Hall of Famer this year, Dario Sanchez, that got in, and that was just like another overwhelming thing to see him get in there and get that same honor that I was able to receive.
How do you feel knowing that your legacy and continuing with your family and through your son being your successor as captain?
I guess legacy, the greatest thing ever was to see my son, become the captain. I could probably make a little joke about this. His first year captain, I was up front in the line here, and I made the front line part in the row here, and everybody went left, I went right. So now I'm in back piece, so I'll tell you a lot.
Okay.
But it's really great feeling to see him up there. I am the proudest person ever to follow him, and just to be behind him, and I would do anything just to, see this. It's great.
Well, the Avenuers got fourth this year, and I'm very proud of them. We are 12 clubs in one family. Stay tuned, everybody, and peace out. Today's episode is brought to you by